So in this video, we will discuss about employee involvement. So previously we have seen how we can improve quality by measuring the customer satisfaction. So we have seen the various how to develop the questionnaire and other things, and then we have seen the 7 quality control tools like cause and effect diagram, Pareto analysis, and this. So now in this video, we will see how the employee involvement affects the quality. So you know very well, when you want quality, all are important. Technology is important, customer, everything is important. But of course, employee involvement is going to be very crucial when you want to play. And whenever you see employees, there are two things. So one is the employee will work by two important aspects are there. One is fear of consequences. So people will work whenever fear of consequences are there. And number two is involvement. So these are the two important issues, or motivation. So, of course, fear of consequences is a negative motivation, and many times it will work. When you are a manager, you will know. So if there is fear of consequences, people naturally will work. And the second thing is, if they are involved, that is the best thing. So if they are involved, so naturally quality and productivity, because whenever quality and productivity are two sides of a coin. So we have to see quality as well as productivity also. So both of them are. So whenever employees are involved, so how do you improve the morale of the employee? So that is going to be the idea of this entire video. So we are going to see what are the various aspects. So first thing is, you understand this: people work because of fear of consequences, or otherwise when they are involved. So we are going to see this aspect. So how do you improve the involvement of the employee so that quality and productivity improves? So this one Maslow's theory. So if you can internetly you can find out. So this Maslow, long back, maybe some 100 years ago, he has founded the hierarchy of needs. So any person know if he has to be motivated. So there he says there are 5 levels starting from the lowest level. So you see in this case the lowest level. 1 second. So the lowest level is survival. Second level is security, third is social, then esteem, and then finally self-actualization. So these are the 5 levels of this Maslow's theory. So survival means anyone you know very well. So this is the lowest level. If you want to be motivated, you need food, shelter, and clothes. So they are all very important for survival. So that is the first level. So unless otherwise a person is having food and shelter and clothes. So otherwise he will not be motivated to work. So next thing is security. So that means lighting should be there, safety should be there. So all this job security. So all these things is the second level. So then only you'll be motivated. So of course these 2 levels are satisfied. Then there is a third level, social. So socially, so friendship should be there, family should be there. And the fourth level is esteem. So this for people from IT, because normally people from IT, these 3 levels will be there. So self-esteem should be there. And finally, this is self-actualization. So you can go through this Maslow theory. So that is the highest level of motivation. So first 4 levels are there. So self-actualization. So this internetly you can refer in detail. You can see what is that Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So there are many theories. Of course, this is a basic theory. So how people are motivated. So employee involvement. So when you want to improve quality, there is no other goal. You have to involve your employees, because you will have more number of people will be working in an organization. So you have to make them participate. Then only you can find out how we can improve the quality and other things. So it is a participative process that uses the input of the employees to increase their commitment to the organization, especially university. When you take the university, the teachers, so teachers are employees, and their participation is very crucial. Then only we can find out what are the problems of students and other things. So the direct participation of the staff to help an organization fulfill its mission and meet its objective by applying their own ideas, expertise, and efforts. So this is very important. So when you want to improve the quality, the employees' ideas are very important. Their expertise is very important. And of course, their efforts are also. So because any organization will be having problems. So unless you solve the problems and you take the decisions, and we have to get the help of the ideas of the employees, expertise, and their efforts. Regular participation of employee in deciding how work is done, and because there is everywhere there is a process. Whether if, for example, for every university, admission is there, then teaching learning process is there, then evaluation, examination is conducted, and finally placement. So all these, then alumni. So all these things. So there everywhere, if, for example, I told this is the process for the university. So we have to get the part of it. So teachers, you must tell submission, you have to conduct an entrance examination. So the entrance examination, for example, if it is an university, we have to conduct an examination like joint entrance examination. If it is a medical college, it's going to be NEET examination. So that is for India, that is the highest level of examination. So we have to conduct an examination. So this way, no, the employees' input is very important. So they have to be participated. So VIT, very luckily VIT, no, so we are all involved with the examination, how it is being conducted. And the next, so merit is going to be very important. So ranking is there. So VIT, our university, no, we have a very systematic thing. So we have a rank and then counseling is there. So students are allotted based on their wish. So this way, this improvement, no, employees should be involved. Employees should, of course, there are consultants. People are available to give ideas how to improve. But of course, employees are directly, they are going to teaching learning process. They are involved, of course, in placement and other things, etc. And goal setting, planning, and monitoring of this performance. 3 levels of employee. So highly important, the employee should be have the decision-making power. So of course in VIT, we are very, very lucky. So we have the syllabus, we can modify, for example, this TQM syllabus, the syllabus is very ideal. So 7 modules, we will not be able to cover all the 7 modules in 45 hours. So because we have the right, because only thing is myself and the other teacher. So in this TQM, the other teacher is Dr. Gajanan Gupta. So we can sit together and we can, so that decision-making power, so we can decide the question paper, myself and Gajanan Gupta, sir, Dr. Gajanan Gupta, we will be setting the question. So we have all the powers, so that as far as total quality management is concerned, we both will decide. Same way, all the teachers will say. So we have the decision-making power. So then only that employee involvement. Because we know we are seeing the students. Of course, in this class, there are some 76 students. We are seeing the students, and then we know the syllabus. This is the 5th time I'm taking this class. So we can, so we highly, so that type of involvement should be there. So suppose if I am working in an university where it is affiliated to, for example, previously I was working in an university. So in that case, now my decision, because the question paper is set by some other person. So next is the medium type of involvement. So consultation. So in this case, decision-making power is not there. So only I can make a recommendation, then somebody else will decide. And of course, low involvement means selective consultation. So employee give information, but they don't know the problem. So mostly companies will be like this. So a company, the higher level authorities will say something, they don't know the problem, and employees will give some information, they take the decision. So anyway, there also some involvement is there. So we have to high level of involvement. When we want to improve productivity, this high level of involvement, high level of employee involvement is essential. So this is very important. When you want to become a manager, you should know what are the various factors which motivates the employees. So these are some of those, and then their manager has done some rating and the employee has done. So they'll be very interesting, because one day or other you are going to have subordinates. You should know how to motivate the employees. So these are some of the factors. So many times the people will take good pay, good salary will motivate the employees. So that is the best thing. So this is the rating done by some organization, which is very scientifically they have done. And what they have found out is good salary is only the fifth factor. So this is based on order. So this is the fifth factor which is going to motivate the employee. So before that, there are some four factors. So first thing what they tell is interesting work. So this is the, please remember, this is the rating given by employee, and manager we will discuss later. Manager will discuss later. So what employees, so this is scientifically done. I don't have data. This is taken from the Westerfield textbook. This, I don't know the source, I'm not, because you can refer Westerfield. So what generally employees say is the interesting work is very important. Interesting work is the first one which is going to motivate the employee. Then appreciation. So that is very important. So VIT, you know, once 2015, they gave me the research award, Chancellor, highest person. And the Chancellor, now, you know, yesterday, 1 week back, right now, VIT has got 70,000 students. And VIT Chancellor is so interested in motivating the faculty. There are around Vellore and Chennai put together, there are around 2,200 faculty members. And he has the interest to do. 2015, no, they gave research award. Chancellor himself gave the research award to me. So appreciation is going to motivate like anything. So this is very important. When you become a manager, no, you need to appreciate your subordinates. So that is going to be very important. Third is involvement, job security, because very important. Now you know about industry, hiring and firing. So now that's why India is also like any other country. No, India is you are good, fittest will survive. So that is a rule of the jungle. Fittest will survive. So hiring, firing. If you are not good, means you are going to be sent out. So that is everywhere. No, because India is a country, paper labor is available. So job security. So unless otherwise your job security is there. Of course, here also VIT is very good, because any engineering college, you know, if you see faculty members, they call retention, faculty member retention, because I am working for, this is the 10th year I am working in VIT, and there are around 200 out of the 450 faculty members, 200 faculty members, they are working around 8 to 10 years. So job security is going to be very important. Of course, good salary is very important. Unless otherwise you have salary, you will not work. Promotion, and now VIT, you know, there is an issue here, because all are equally good. All the 450 faculty members, around 95% of them are PhD holders, and all of them are equally good. Promotion, VIT cannot give promotion to all the faculty members. So there is an issue here in VIT also, promotion and growth. Because nowadays, no, even when you go, no, you will have some goals. Within 8 years, I want to become deputy general manager. Within 15 years, I want to become. That is good actually. If you should have some goals. Within 15 years, I want to become general manager. So unless you don't have that growth, no, that means if you want to become general manager in 15 years, within 3 years, you have to become a manager. Okay. So this growth, all these things. So this is the sixth factor. Good working conditions. Of course, that's very important. Canteen should be good. Wi-Fi should be good. Nowadays, no, Wi-Fi should have, of course, these are all VIT, they are much above. 10 years I worked, very rarely Wi-Fi problem will be there. Once you enter the campus, no, even 7 o'clock morning I enter the campus, or 10 o'clock night also, Wi-Fi connection will be 100%. But of course, there are some cases, very rarely, no, that even that there are some problems. So good working condition, Wi-Fi, good decent canteen should be there. So all these things, working conditions, all the other things, working conditions. So this is seventh factor. Loyalty to the employees. That is very important. The management should be loyal. And of course, VIT, I don't know whether you students, you know, they are all very loyal to the employees. Nothing, no, they take care of the thing. Anything, any issue, no, the management is ready to listen. If at all some genuine issues are there, employees are supported like anything. So help with personal problems. Of course, in India, no, this because VIT, this is not possible. There are so many faculty members. Helping with personal problems is not there. But that also will motivate. Of course, tactful discipline. Okay. So these are all some of the ratings, because it's very important. Because many times, no, when you want to become a manager, no, you should know how to improve the morale of your subordinates. If you the same factors, we are asking a manager. If you are asking a manager, it is like this. Salary is very important. Manager says for manager, salary is very important. Second one, eighth one is loyalty to employees. And then 10, discipline. So a manager means we want discipline. 2, then appreciation. So like that, So it is changing. It is changing. I think you go through the chapter which is given in Westerville textbook. You can get more information. So major forms of employee involvement. So 3 levels I told you. Now the employee involvement, participative management, representative management, and quality circles. So briefly we'll see what is it. So participative management in which a process in which the subordinates share a significant degree of decision-making powers. That's what levels I told you. So we all decided. So we know this TQM, only 15 days back we had a meeting. Vellore people, there are some 5 professors from Vellore and 5 professors from Chennai. We joined together and we framed the syllabus, this total quality management syllabus for the 2021 batch. So we decided, so we made some changes. So this is not some 20% of the syllabus what is being followed for your batch is being changed because reliability we want to reduce some of, because that is for all the students. Now this total quality management is an elective for humanities and sciences. So we set a goal. So that is called participative management. So right from syllabus, right from admission, so everywhere we are involved, placement, everywhere we are involved. So that is called participative management. So participation typically has only a modest influence on variables such as employee productivity, motivation. So the use of participation is not a sure means of, but of course that alone will not help. So please be informed that participation alone is not going to involve the employees. Representatives. So workers are represented in small groups of employees who participates. Work council. These are all industry board representatives. Overall, so if you follow this representative one, the influence is because only representative people. For example, one company has got some 1,000 employees, only 4 or 5 people will be involved. But first, this influence will be very less. This motivation, because 5 people, they will tell their own problems and other things. It may not be representing the entire 1,000 employees. Quality circle. So in VIT, you know, students are involved. So there is a quality circle. So you form a group, you know very well VIT how quality circle is formed. Then one 9-pointer will be there. If at all, because our mechanical, no, girl students are very less. Even there is one girl student in the class, that one girl student will be the quality circle member. And then they see some other factors. So 4 or 5 people, and you know well about the quality control meeting QCM. I think you have been 19 BME students. You have been participating for all the. This is 6th semester. You are in the 6th semester, so you have been, you know very well. So how that quality. So that is going to be very important. So many times, no, student raise their issues. So whatever syllabus is being followed, all these things, and they agree to meet on regular basis. So in VIT, no, we are done 3 times in a semester. Before Cat 1 exam, before Cat 2 exam, and before the FAT examination. So I know you very well. I know all the students may not be knowing, you know very well. So every class, this 19 BME, there will be some 5 or 6 students who will be participating in the quality circle. Dean and HOD will sit and they will discuss. And then finally, if at all there is a problem, professors also will be called. Now to achieve a motivated force, so these are some of the issues. So you should know, this is self-motivation, this one. You should know yourself. This is not for this is for the organization. First, organization should know about them. Then you should know your employees. Positive attitude. Nowadays, people are telling about attitude. So attitude is very important. What are the goals? Monitor the progress. So that is very important. Whenever it comes to quality, you need to monitor the progress. Teaching learning process, unless otherwise you evaluate students, you evaluate the students, then only you know what is the progress made by them. And develop interesting work. So there are 3 concepts which is beyond the scope of this subject: job rotation, job enlargement, job enrichment. So internetly you can refer. So when you want to become a manager, no, so these are all very important. Communicate effectively, and then you celebrate the success. Now the 7 rules of motivation. Just this is self-motivation. So first you set a major goal, but follow your path. Then you should have mini goals, which will go in many direction. And then you succeed at the mini goal, and finally attack the grand goals. So that is all. So motivation, directly don't go for a grand goal. So directly after completing BTech Mechanical Engineering from VIT, directly within 2 years, I want to become a general manager. Not possible. Unless otherwise, your father-in-law is the owner of the company. If your father is not the owner, within 2 years, you can become the if you should have mini goals. So grand goal is you become a general manager within 10 years. That means within 2 years, you should become a manager and then you become a deputy general manager. All the tricks, what is what you must know. So this motivation directly, you should don't go for a grand goal. So you have some a major goal, then split them into small goals. So attacking small goals is important. So that is important in motivation. Even when you are even your subordinates also directly don't give the major goals. Small goals. So this is very important. Finish what you start. So half finished is not very, is of no use. So that is very important. You will learn. Quitting is a habit always. So there are many people know, many times you quit, especially those who go for NEET examination, JEE exam, they start nicely. And then finally they'll quit. Somehow they will attend the exam. So develop the habit of finishing self-motivated projects. So first, before starting a project, you please think whether it is possible. So once you start, put your heart and soul. Should not quit. And half finishing is no use. Socialize with others of the similar interest. So what is going to be the similar interest? So you are an mechanical engineering students. You mingle with mechanics. Of course, you mingle with electronics because nowadays interdisciplinary is very important. But don't mingle with doctors or accounts people and other things. So that is not. So similar interest, you please socialize. Mutual support. So when you want to motivate and achieve quality, mutual support is very important. That is what we will develop the attitude of 5 best friends. So who are your 5 friends? That will come. That is very natural. Even in my own experience, I have seen. So you have whatever your 5 best friends know, their influence naturally will come to you, because especially college friends. So that is why choosing friends is very important. Your 5 friends are very important. If you choose the best friends, my suggestion is no, 1 or 2 people should be good in studies. Generally, now of course now you are 6. So this advice may not be apt for you. Now you are in the 6th semester. You have, whenever you 5 best friends, at least 2 or 3, should be very good in studies, so that influence will come. That is going to be. So if you are losers, we will be the losers. So if they are winners, they will be the winners. So to be a cowboy, we must associate with cowboys. So that if suppose you are in engineering, you have to associate with engineers. So learn how to learn. So this is what nowadays they are telling. Learning is very important. Lifelong learning is important. Listening, 3 L's they are telling. This is the problem. Listening is also very important. Learning is very important. Lifelong learning, even at the time of it, because now everything is changing. Everything, for example, in my own experience, I tell you, when 1984, I studied my BTech BE, it is BE. So at that time, no, it was only manual drawing. Only AutoCAD came, 84, 88, no, AutoCAD came to India. It is very difficult because PC was not there. Personal computer is very expensive, or it is not like that is not available. Like that. So only so we had exposure only on manual drawing. So now things have changed. So now I have to learn, because if I want to be a teacher now, I cannot teach manual engineering drawing alone. So now when I came to V8, I learned about SolidWorks. But of course nowadays I'm not teaching engineering drawing. So this learn how to learn, because things are changing, especially computer science. You study Java programming, next version will come. By the time you complete your degree, VAT will not say your degree is expired, but when you go for interview, you people will tell whatever you have studied are outdated. That will happen, especially in computer science. So you have to update, because VAT we are getting your fees. We will give the degree. We will not say it is your degree will expire within 2 years, but no. But that is there. You have to update. Especially this is very important in computer science. Whatever we are teaching, by the time when you go out of the final year, everything will become, next version will come. You have to update. You have to update. VAT will not say your degree is expired, but when you go to interview, people will say all these things are outdated. So you have to learn. You should learn how to learn. So that ability to learn is very important. Ability. Then don't think, why should I learn? You have to learn. Then only you should have the basics. Then only you can learn easy. Unless otherwise you know C language, then only you'll be able to do Python coding and other things. So basic C language, because I'm not good in C language. Even I don't know how to write a code, how to add 2 numbers. Because I'm from this thing. Even I tried it. Even a small program also I'm not able to learn. So that learning ability is very important. Don't think that means this 4 years I will not learn. directly I'll go to the job, I will learn. So that is not that. Basics, you should have the basics. You know C language, you know C++, then only you will be able to learn Python or so dependency on others for knowledge, suppose the habits. Of course, many times self-learning is not possible. You have to depend on others. So man has the ability to learn without instructors. Self-learning also. These two things, both should be combined. Self-learning is very important. Without instruction, everything is possible, especially computers. Because I know one of my cousins, now he is in US. No, not even a single course he has done. He is basically an electrical engineer. That is those days. He is elder to me. Not even a single course he has done in computer science. Everything is learned on his own. Even one more cousin. He is not even an engineer. He is MSc computer science. Now he is in Australia. Not even a single course he went to, because in those days, NIIT was there. NIIT, Apple, so many. Not even a single course he did. Everything self-learn. So self-learning is very important. Of course, you can depend on others also. In fact, when we learn art of self-education, we will find, if not great, opportunity to find success beyond. Self-learning is much more. So now this is the problem with this generation. So they are dependent on Fiji for getting into IIT, even BIT also. So that self-learning at some stage, no, you should not depend on others. Okay, 12th, okay, fine. Now, if you are not in Fiji, you are not going to get an IIT unless otherwise you are a genius. But of course, even without Fiji, I don't know, without any support coaching, no, it's very difficult to get into IIT. But ideally, no, ideally, without self-learning is if you are self-made, no, your success will be great. That's what the fourth point is telling. Harmonize natural talent. So that is also very important. So there are some people who will be very, because coding, they are very good. Your natural talent and your interest is very important. So you cannot ask a lion to, if you want to know, peacock can dance, but lion cannot dance. So natural talent has to be thing. You have to see naturally what is your interest, and then you choose your career. So natural talent creates motivation. So if you are naturally, suppose if teaching is your passion, no, you are not going to work. That is the best thing. 35 years, you are not going to work. Suppose you decide you want, for example, I'm telling you are interested in animation. So you develop a career in animation. Of course, nowadays animation, there is not much demand, is not there. Some years back, no, there are some demand. So whenever, of course, demand should be there. Your natural talent, demand should be there. So what is the advantage of natural talent? No, you will not work. If you have natural talent, no, you will do it easily, and you will be more, it will create motivation, and you will not be working. Your hobby you will be doing. So that is an advantage. But of course, that natural talent, there should be a demand. Unless otherwise there is no demand, means there is no point. Even if you have natural demand, you have to go for something else. So that you have to see. Of course, persistence means continuous effort is important. Increasing the knowledge of the subjects that inspires. So whatever subjects, so there are some students, even after mechanical engineering, there are some students who are going abroad, doing something in physics. So that is very important, because mostly mechanical engineers will be strong in physics. After coming to mechanical, especially girl students, when they do MS in physics also. So that is, so you have to see whatever subject is inspired, no, that you must do. Because once you attain the age of 20 to 21, no, you will know what is inspiring. Take risk. Of course, life you have to take risk. So ship cannot be always in the harbor. The ship will be safe if it is in harbor, but that is not the ship is not meant to be in harbor. So ship has to go inside the sea. So you have to take risk. So you cannot, just like a ship in the harbor, if the ship is in the harbor, it will not make any business. It has to go into the rough seas, cyclone will be there, storm will be there, all these things. So in life, you have to take risk. So failure and bouncing back. So you have to fail. If you are not failing, means no, you are not doing anything. If you do anything, no, that is the problem with this generation. And always, no, many students, they will tell, I have never failed even in a single subject. Nothing is that. One small examination, if you are failing, nothing is going to happen. Of course, you should not fail in the university examination. So failure and bouncing back. Even cricket players, they have outstanding record, but they one day, first ball, they will duck, they will be. So if there is a failure, no, bouncing back is going to be that is motivation. So you are getting 0. This match you are getting 0. Next match you should score a century. So like that, no. If you are not failing, means you are not doing anything. If you do anything, naturally failure will be there. Failure will be there. So from that failure, you learn from the mistakes and you bounce back. So that is what motivation is telling. So you have to take risk. So that is very important. So these 7 rules now are very important, because examination I will be asking what are the various ways to improve your morale of the employees. So you should ask the employees to take risk and ask them to make mistakes. Of course, learning from mistake is very important. Keep on making mistakes, no? Then you are done. You will be finished. So failure is a learning tool. No one has ever succeeded at anything worthwhile without a string of failures. So that is cricket players you can see. So they have lot of failures. They bounce back and they become great players. So empowerment. So this is what investing the people with authority. So you give this. These are all fine. When you want to achieve quality, no, they should have empowerment. So VIT talks a lot about empowerment. So what is that empowerment? To arm the people through coaching, guidance, and training. But of course, you have to give training. So this is very important. When you want to achieve quality, no, all of them should be trained very well. That's why many industry, if you go to very good industries, so 3 months, they won't give any job. 3 months will be completely trained, whatever. So letting the people do by themselves. But of course, you have training, they will give training, but you must adapt, you must learn. The principles of empowering is tell people what their responsibilities are, give authority, set standards for excellence. Vendor training, very important. Training is important. So VIT, whenever there is a chance, even whenever there is a chance, when we ask, for example, this TQM, there is some FDP. FDP means faculty development program on TQM means immediately they will approve. Even if it is 5 days training, even if it is some other place, VIT will bear all the expenses. So all these things, they have to render training. So even in industry, somebody welder is there means should be trained. Provide information, knowledge and information. Trust them. VITs because they are very serious improving the knowledge of the faculty members. So they ask us to publish papers. In many ways, they are encouraging us to improve the knowledge. Trust them. That is very important. That is, you have to trust your employees. If you want quality, you have to trust them. Trust them. Allow them to commit mistakes. So that's what I'm telling you. If you are not committing mistakes, you are not doing anything. Treat them with dignity and respect. So that is a problem in India. Sometimes, job, many times, especially low-level jobs, they are not treated properly. For example, people who are welders, painters, and all things, they should be treated with dignity, and then only they will. The 3 dimensions of empowerment are capability, alignment, and trust. Then, of course, when you want to improve quality, we have to give recognition and rewards. So this is very important. And then only employees will be involved. So this IT jobs, every 6 months, they will conduct some program, games will be there, and people will be rewarded, recognized. So that is very important. Then only employees will be involved, productivity and quality, because of course, TQM quality only, it says about quality, but productivity and quality are linked. So unless otherwise, how employee, they should be involved, you have to give recognition and reward. So what are the way, how do you recognize them? Verbal and written praise. So whenever you conduct a meeting, but VIT, whenever meeting, praising them, only few teachers will be praised. So some meeting is there, only few teachers, because we are around 4 or 450. So that is very important. When you have small groups, so all of them, because total quality, everybody, they have done something good, some praise should be there. Rewards may be in the form of certificates. So VIT will do. So I have some 4 researcher certificate VIT, chancellor assigned contribution for research. So you have to give certificate, because these are all, this adds value to our CV. Reward is normally in the form of cinema tickets. So VIT, once they give Amazon tickets nowadays, once I got the research award, so 3 years back, they gave not cinema ticket, they gave Amazon coupon, Amazon 12,000 worth. So I purchased the one tablet, dinner for the family. So VIT, we have been planning, but only once, in the 10 years, only once dinner with family, because that is not that easy. It involves a lot of things. So even once they did dinner for the family. Of course, financial compensation is going to be very important. Even once 1 month back in our meeting, our research, we are not publishing good results. That's why we are not able to get #1 ranking. So once they have asked, one of the faculty member told, financial motivation should be there. Then only good research papers will come. Because financial, because VAT, salary, we know very well, although one of the best in India, salary. But of course, when it comes to thing, previously we had that 1 month salary. So we had that is called 13th salary. VAT used to tell 13th salary. Now I think now they are done with that. So what is the 13th month salary is? Your performance will be evaluated. For example, I'm getting 75%. 75% of my salary will be given as bonus. So that's 13th month salary. So now after that 7th pay commission, so they are not. So this financial compensation is going to be very. So effort of the salary promotion, of course, we have been telling. Unless there is now I have become associate professor. Continuously, if I am working for an assistant professor, I will not be motivated. So only some 1 month back only I got promoted as associate professor. So that promotion is going to be very important because we have some privilege, not salary. My salary has not changed much, but my promotion, there are some privileges. Associate professor, I can become a DC member. DC members, doctoral committee member of other universities and other things. So this way now promotions are going to be, you have to recognize by giving promotions. A letter of appreciation from the top management. So that's what I told you. Chancellor has signed one research award they are given to me. Reward may be delayed, but recognition should be. So that is very important. Timely manner. So if you, so for example, I have 25 years of experience, they have to give that post on a timely basis. If you give after some time, then that is not going to motivate. Reward should be appropriate to the improvement level. People like to be recognized than any reward. Special forms of recognition, pictures on bulletin board. So these are software IT field they do. The best, even marketing and IT, the best salesperson photo will be there in the notice board, articles in the newsletter. So VAT also, there is a newsletter. Some extraordinary achievement is being made. For example, recently one of our professor Raghu Kiran, he developed something 3D printed heart along with Lifeline Hospital. So that was everywhere in VAT, even website also that article, that news item is available, even in newspapers also. So this type of recognition is very important. Supervisors can give on the shot space. So this is important for low level employees. So on the spot, if something is done, they should be on the spot, some praise should be done. And performance and appraisal. So this is also very important. So what is the praise? So VAT we haven't, but performance appraisal, we have some issues. So how it is being appraised? So normally dean of the school will do the performance appraisal. So it is necessary to prevail a good relationship between employee and appraiser. The employee should be informed how they are performing. Our previous dean, Sukumar sir, already every semester twice he will call and tell, continuous basis he will tell how you can improve all these things. So appraisal should highlight the strength and weakness and how to improve the performance. So these are all, one day you are going to become a manager. So employees should be allowed to comment on the evaluation and protest if there's. So of course we cannot protest. Many times we can comment something because sometimes we are not happy. So because it's a self-appraisal. For example, I will claim for 85. Finally, dean will say you are worth only for 65. So we can give comments, but of course we cannot protest. Many times that is not allowed in the organization. So everyone should understand that the purpose of performance appraisal is to have employee involvement. So that the VAT we have that, but still it needs some improvement because many times many of the faculty members we are not happy with the number which is being given. So sometimes there are some rules which are all very high. The rules are very. Sometimes they are not possible to achieve. It's sky level things are there. Errors in performance evaluation should be avoided. So this is also an issue. Unfair and biased. So suppose the dean, there is a problem, friction between the dean and a faculty member. So fairness and without bias, evaluation should be done. Benefits of employee. So with this, I will stop for this video and we will see on Monday.